in the heart of the Congo Basin, where the rainforest unfurls like an endless tapestry of green. A realm of ancient secrets thrives beneath a canopy so dense it seems to hold the sky at bay. The air here hums with the symphony of life, chirps of unseen birds, rustles of leaves stirred by fleeting creatures, and the distant roar of a river carving its path through the earth. Shafts of golden light pierce the foliage, illuminating a world where time feels suspended, where the pulse of the wild beats in harmony with whispers of the unknown. It is within this emerald labyrinth, a place both serene and foreboding, that the legend of the J'ba Fofi, the great spider of Folklore, takes root, weaving a tale that dances on the edge of science, mysticism, and the human spirit. The J'ba Fofi is no ordinary creature. Said to dwell in the shadowy depths of the Congo, it is a spider of mythic proportions, its leg span stretching up to 5 feet, its abdomen a bulbous mass as large as a basketball, cloaked in dark, bristly hair. Its 8 legs, thick and sinewy, propel it through the undergrowth with a grace that belies its size, while its gleaming eyes, multiple and unblinking, catch the dim forest light like stars in a midnight sky. Its fangs, long and venom-dripping, promise a swift and lethal strike, and its webs, vast silken nets spun between towering trees, are marvels of nature's engineering, strong enough to ensnare not just insects, but birds, small mammals, and if the tales are to be believed, even humans. This is a being that defies the boundaries of the natural world, a fusion of the plausible and the fantastical, stirring both awe and dread in those who dare to imagine it. To unravel the enigma of the J'ba Fofi is to embark on a journey through the dense jungles of Central Africa and beyond, into the annals of history, the intricacies of biology, the depths of cultural belief, and the frontiers of modern exploration. This narrative will traverse the vivid accounts of those who claim to have encountered the creature, probe the scientific limits that challenge its existence, explore its profound significance to the peoples of the Congo, and chronicle the technological quests to uncover its truth. Through it all, we will weave a story that is at once mystical and serene, grounded in fact, yet soaring into the realm of wonder, seeking to answer a single, haunting question. What is the J'ba Fofi, and what does it reveal about our place in the tapestry of existence? The legend of the J'ba Fofi begins not with specimens or photographs, but with the voices of those who have borne witness to its presence, or so they claim. These accounts, etched into oral traditions and later captured by explorers and chroniclers, form the bedrock of the myth, each tale a thread in a narrative that stretches across time and space. They are stories of terror and fascination, moments when the veil of the ordinary lifts to reveal something extraordinary lurking beneath. One of the earliest documented encounters dates back to 1891, when British missionary Arthur John Symes ventured near Lake Nyasa, a region now part of Uganda, with a small retinue of porters. As they hacked their way through the tangled undergrowth, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and decay, they stumbled upon a sight that froze their blood. Before them stretched a web unlike any other, its strands as thick as rope, glistening with dew, spanning the trees like a grotesque curtain. 2 porters, caught off guard, stepped into the sticky threads, their movements growing frantic as they became ensnared. Then from the shadows emerged 2 colossal spiders, their bodies the size of small dogs, their legs extending in a horrifying sprawl. With a speed that seemed impossible for their bulk, they descended upon the trapped men, sinking their fangs deep into flesh. Symes, gripped by a primal instinct, drew his pistol and fired, the sharp cracks echoing through the forest as the creatures retreated into the darkness. But for the porters, salvation came too late. The venom coursed through their veins, and they slipped into eternal silence. Some retellings whisper that Symes himself was bitten, succumbing days later, though this detail shifts with each recounting. What endures is the visceral fear, the unshakable sense that something ancient and untamed had crossed their path. Decades later, in 1938, another chapter unfolded deep in the Congo. Reginald and Marguerite Lloyd, a British couple traversing a remote road, caught a fleeting glimpse of the impossible. At first, they mistook it for a monkey or a wildcat, a dark shape darting across their path. But as their vehicle slowed, the truth revealed itself. An enormous spider, its leg span stretching at least 3 feet, its body a mass of coarse, dark hair. It moved with a deliberate elegance, its legs rippling like waves as it vanished into the underbrush. The Lloyds, hearts pounding, could only stare after it, their minds wrestling with the boundary between reality and nightmare. These pivotal encounters are but the beginning. The legend of the J'ba Fofi echoes across continents and decades, a phenomenon that refuses to fade. In 1942, an Australian soldier in Papua New Guinea described a web spanning 10 feet, its center occupied by a spider the size of a dog, its hairy form a stark silhouette against the jungle green. In 1948, William Sladen and his family, driving through the swamps of Louisiana, encountered a black hairy spider as large as a washtub, its demeanor eerily nonchalant as it crossed their path. Closer to the J'ba Fofi's rumored home, a Baka tribesman in Cameroon spoke to cryptozoologist William Gibbons in 2001, recounting a nest of giant spiders near his village, their webs a constant threat to the unwary. And in 2010, a group in the Dakota Black Hills watched in stunned silence as a spider with a 10-foot leg span scuttled across a road, its presence a fleeting intrusion into their world. These stories, though separated by time and geography, share a haunting consistency. The creature's immense size, its web-building prowess, and the profound impact it leaves on those who witness it. Yet, for all their vividness, they lack the tangible proof, photographs, remains, or specimens that science demands. This absence fuels skepticism, with many dismissing the J'ba Fofi as folklore born of exaggeration or misidentification. But to the witnesses, and to those who keep the tales alive, it is as real as the forest itself, a living testament to the mysteries that thrive beyond the reach of human certainty. To envision the J'ba Fofi is to conjure an image both magnificent and terrifying, a creature that seems to step from the pages of a dream or a nightmare. Witnesses paint a vivid picture, an abdomen the size of a basketball, swollen and heavy, cloaked in a dense coat of dark, bristly hair that catches the light in a sheen of menace. Its legs, 8 in number, are thick as a man's arm, extending outward in a span that can reach 5 feet, each step a testament to its power and agility. Its eyes, a cluster of gleaming orbs, shimmer with an otherworldly glow, while its fangs, long, curved, and glistening with venom, hint at a potency that could fell prey in moments. This is no mere spider, but a titan of the arachnid world, a being that commands both reverence and fear. Central to its legend is the web, a structure that elevates the J'ba Fofi from mere creature to architect of the sublime. Unlike the delicate filigree spun by smaller spiders, these webs are vast and robust, their strands as thick as twine, stretching between trees like bridges of silk. Some accounts describe them as 3 feet wide and 6 feet long, a sticky lattice capable of trapping birds, monkeys, and in the most chilling tales, humans. The spider itself is said to lurk in self-made burrows or tunnels, emerging only to tend its trap or to hunt, its reclusive nature adding to the aura of mystery that surrounds it. Yet, as enchanting as this portrait is, it collides headlong with the cold realities of science. Spiders, like all arthropods, are bound by the limitations of their physiology. Their exoskeleton, a marvel of lightweight armor, becomes a burden as size increases, its weight and rigidity hindering movement. More crucially, their respiratory system, a combination of book lungs and tracheal tubes, relies on passive diffusion to deliver oxygen, a process far less efficient than the lungs of vertebrates. As a spider grows larger, the volume of its tissues outpaces the surface area available for oxygen exchange, imposing a strict ceiling on its potential size. Consider the Goliath bird-eater, the largest known spider, dwelling in the rainforests of South America. With a leg span of up to 12 inches and a body length of about 5 inches, it weighs a mere 7 ounces, a giant among its kind, yet a dwarf beside the J'ba Fofi. For the Congo's great spider to exist, it would require a respiratory system capable of sustaining a body mass many times greater, a leap in evolution that defies current understanding. Its exoskeleton, too, would need to be impossibly strong yet flexible, a paradox that nature has not yet resolved in the arachnid lineage. The fossil record offers little support for such a creature. In the Carboniferous period, some 300 million years ago, Earth's higher oxygen levels nurtured giants like Arthropleura, a millipede-like beast that stretched up to 8 feet, and Megarachne, once thought to be a massive spider, but later reclassified as a sea scorpion. These anomalies thrived in an atmosphere richer than today's, a condition that no longer exists. Modern oxygen levels, combined with the absence of recent fossil evidence for giant spiders, suggest that the J'ba Fofi's time, if it ever had one, has long passed. Could it be a case of mistaken identity? Large tarantulas or huntsman spiders viewed in the dim light of the forest or the haze of fear might inflate into something more monstrous in the retelling. Alternatively, some speculate that the J'ba Fofi could be a remnant of an ancient lineage, a survivor clinging to life in the Congo's uncharted depths. But without bones, webs, or DNA to study, these theories remain whispers in the wind, leaving the J'ba Fofi poised between the believable and the impossible, a riddle wrapped in silk. Beyond the realm of flesh and science, the J'ba Fofi spins a web of meaning within the cultural and psychological fabric of the Congo. To the Baka people, whose lives are entwined with the forest, it is more than a creature. It is a presence, a force that shapes their stories and their souls. In Baka folklore, the J'ba Fofi emerges as a guardian of the wild, a sentinel that upholds the delicate balance between humanity and nature. Its webs are not mere traps, but boundaries, markers of a domain where respect is demanded and hubris punished. One tale, whispered by firelight, tells of a young hunter whose greed led him to slaughter beyond need, leaving carcasses to rot beneath the sun. That night, as he slept, the J'ba Fofi appeared, a shadow with eyes like embers. With silent precision, it wove a web around him, binding him to the earth. "You have taken without giving," it hissed, its voice a rustle of leaves, "and now you will witness the cost." Trapped, he watched as the forest reclaimed his kills, a lesson in humility etched into his spirit. Such narratives cast the J'ba Fofi as a moral arbiter, a reflection of the Baka's reverence for the land that sustains them. It embodies the forest's spirit, mysterious, powerful, and unforgiving, serving as a reminder that survival depends on harmony, not domination. Through these stories, the spider transcends its physical form, becoming a symbol of ecological wisdom, a thread in the cultural tapestry that binds generations. Psychologically, the J'ba Fofi taps into a primal vein of human experience, arachnophobia, the instinctive fear of spiders that lurks in our collective unconscious. Evolutionary psychologists suggest this aversion stems from a time when venomous bites posed a real threat, embedding a wariness that persists even in modern minds. The J'ba Fofi magnifies this fear to mythic proportions, its size and menace transforming a common dread into a towering specter. It is the unknown made manifest, a shadow that creeps through our dreams, ensnaring us in its web of terror and fascination. This duality, fear and allure, ensures the J'ba Fofi's enduring grip on the imagination. Like the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot, it thrives in the liminal space between fact and fiction, a cryptid that invites us to peer into the abyss of the unexplored. It is a mirror to our curiosity, reflecting our longing to believe that the world still holds secrets beyond our grasp. In the age of science, the J'ba Fofi has drawn the gaze of those who seek to pierce its veil of mystery. Armed with technology, researchers and adventurers have ventured into the Congo's depths, their tools a bridge between ancient legend and modern inquiry. Environmental surveys have swept the rainforest, their cameras poised to capture any hint of the giant spider. Motion-activated traps, strung along paths where webs gleam in the dawn, have recorded the dance of countless creatures, yet none match the J'ba Fofi's description. Environmental DNA sampling, a method that sifts soil and water for genetic traces, has plumbed the forest's secrets, revealing a kaleidoscope of arachnid life, including species unknown to science. But the great spider's signature remains absent, a silence that speaks louder than any discovery. In 2023, a flicker of hope emerged, a video, shaky and shadowed, showing a large, dark form scuttling through the underbrush. Online forums buzzed with claims of the J'ba Fofi at last unmasked. Yet scrutiny by arachnologists revealed a more mundane truth. A giant huntsman spider, its leg span a mere 30 centimeters, exaggerated by angle and fear. The episode underscored the challenge of the quest. The Congo's density and the human penchant for wonder blur the line between reality and illusion. These efforts, though fruitless in proving the J'ba Fofi's existence, have not been wasted. Each expedition deepens our knowledge of the rainforest, unveiling its biodiversity and reinforcing its status as a living archive of life. The legend, in its elusiveness, becomes a beacon, drawing us into the wild to seek not just a spider but the marvels that surround it. As dusk settles over the Congo, the sky ablaze with orange and purple, the forest exhales a serene breath, its mysteries cradled in the twilight. The J'ba Fofi, whether spun from silk or story, lingers here, a question mark etched into the leaves, a whisper carried on the wind. Science tilts toward disbelief. The biological barriers, the lack of fossils, the empty nets of modern searches all suggest a myth rather than a marvel. Yet, its absence from the physical world does not diminish its presence. The J'ba Fofi is a cultural jewel, a guardian in Folklore, a spark that ignites scientific curiosity, a thread that ties us to the enigma of nature. In its shadow, we find a reflection of ourselves, our fears, our dreams, our relentless quest for the unknown. Real or imagined, it endures as a symbol of the wild's untamed heart, a reminder that some secrets are meant to remain just beyond our reach. And so, as night falls and the rainforest hums with life, the J'ba Fofi spins on, its web a bridge between the earth and the infinite, weaving wonder into the fabric of our world.